Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Good morning. This is Divine Sunshine, and I am coming to you with a message about what are the 3 things that are blocking us for union. As a soul therapy specialist, it is important that I bring you information that could be able to give you more of the solution than less than the problem. For some of us, we like to watch the tarot readings, which is fine. Tarot readings can be used as a tool to understand where you are as a navigation, just like GPS, where you are and where you need to go next. The 3 things the Spirit has brought to me this morning that we need to work on because they are blocking union is the understanding of we think we know it all. This attitude, especially in the divine feminine energies, is one in which is blocking us because it is not opening us to receive any more information or energies or frequencies that can help us to be able to excel. Now, one way in which that is stopping us is because of ego. Ego continuously talks to us and gives us messages that seem to be more of a protective nature, but at the same time, it is one that takes on the voice of the critic, the critical critic within us that make us not to be able to hear or to move. It even also makes us freeze right where we are. So that attitude in the divine feminine energies, rather, is in the female or in the male body, is one in which is stopping us from being able to see true love. It's stopping us from getting the information that tells us about the things that we need to stop, that we need to change within ourselves, because it keeps telling us, no, we know it all, we're doing right, there's nothing wrong with us, we don't need to change. And these are the things in which we need to address. Spirit is saying and Source is saying that that is one of the areas in which we need to address, which is the spirit of knowing it all in the divine energies, which means within ourselves, because that's what is so within, so without is the thing in which is changing the scope of things in our world and making things manifest. So that's one thing that we need to work on. That's one thing that is stopping us from union. Another aspect in which Spirit is saying that we need to work on is also the ancestral clearing. At this time, we are seeing that Spirit has brought to some of us the need to be able to truly look at how our family has been raising us, or how our family dynamic has truly been affecting us. For some of us, the way in which it has been affecting us is how we are seeing our perspective, how we are seeing the world. I did a reading with a young lady, and I had seen that it was saying to her there was something about her father, and I picked up very strongly that she had some very German background. And so we know with the German background, especially in those times when we were talking about the times of the Jews and the Germans, and how that has a bad perspective as far as how we see in the world of being inferior and superior to everybody. This morning, the words there. So we have to understand that all I can hear is the Gestapo. But we have to understand that during those times that we have, those things are affecting us in our cellular DNA spiritually, how we are passing down the strife, the suffering, the trauma. All of those things get passed down to us and through us 7 generations back and even more. So right now some of us are being called to really truly look and see how is the way that I was raised, or how is the way the philosophies and the ideologies that my family has gotten, and how am I adopting that in creating my world through those perspective or those eyes. That is something in which we are seeing and understanding that we have to take a new way and adopt a new strategy for how we are doing with life. In my Patreon, I'm going to go more in depth and more about what is going on as far as what things we have to do. That will be my first class. Once I finish doing that and uploading that video for that, that would be for my high tier, my 3-tier people that I have classes, just to take a break from right now. The Patreon page is called Rays of Sunshine. In Rays of Sunshine, there are 3 tiers. There's one that you just get regular readings. The second one will be also readings in the community and chat. We will have that too. We'll be able to chat, and that will occur on Thursdays. And then on the 3rd tier, which will be for those of you all that are interested in taking classes and being able to benefit from that in changing your life. So once I have that up together, it is there. I haven't uploaded any videos just yet, but again, on the Patreon, it's called Rays of Sunshine, because again, that's helping us to be understand that we come from source and we are raised from the sun, from source. So our ancestral clearing, so we need to deal with that. And some of us know there's some things and some patterns that we have to get rid of from our parents that are doing. I know Charm stated in the Sunshine Lounge some very important information as far as what was going on with her, which she was saying she was noticing that her mom was a narcissist, and she's got to see if how that is affecting her and how she's got to move and have her being differently. We will handle that in the course as well. The third thing that is blocking us from the union is, are we in some way sending out a message subconsciously that we want to be alone? Is it a way in which we are doing and handling and being in our divine masculine energies, whether we are male or female, that we are blocking out the need for people to come in? This morning I was saying, I was like, okay, I got you. In the morning, I always tell myself how I support myself to be able to reverse and to change the thing as far as what had happened to me at the beginning. I will talk about that in the course, and how in the beginning started the course of me having a I'll say a fraction or a thing. They showing me a crack in my soul as far as how I am able to see people and also the relationships and how I connect in a not so healthy way. This thing, as far as me also telling myself this morning, I'm here for you, as we go for the course of the day, you're not alone, and understanding that I had to find myself, that my guide's telling me, hey, you know what, watch that, even terminology, the way you're using that. You don't want to get to the point that you're saying that you're sending out the vibration that you don't need anybody else. That goes back to that feeling of being the know-it-all. You have to get to the point that where you are being able to say, yes, I still need people to come in to serve me and to help me to achieve the level of my highest good. And in doing that, again, we leave that space, we leave that openness for to be able to accept people to show up in our lives. That even includes the parents, that also includes for your divine counterpart, that also includes for you to be able to leave that space for also the world to show up to help you to move into your being to your highest point, okay, as well. And so those are the things that you have to keep in mind, especially what signal are you? Are you saying, I got this, I don't need nobody else, I had this son, I raised it by myself? Those things, that is something that we have to also watch as well. And I want to just go back and put one more caveat in the know-it-all. It's sometimes when we find ourselves, and some people want to know, like, why when I meditate, find myself sleeping. One of the things in which you are sleeping is because there is that know-it-all spirit that is in there. I fell asleep on meditations. Either, again, I don't get it. What you're saying to me is not resonating. It doesn't go with what I already think that I know. And so we have a way within ourselves that we have that firewall that turns things off for us not to see it, to hear it. But thank God, you know what, there's a higher thing working within us that is taking that, and that's why it makes you also fall asleep when you have that kind of conflict going on. So they say, yeah, you know what, you might not get it, but what we're going to do is put you to sleep so you can subconsciously get that. And that's another thing as far as that. But that doesn't mean, you know, you keep on jerking yourself to say, stay awoke because I need to get this information. No matter how you try, you still have that underlying program that's working underneath you that's still going to buck the system to say, I already know it, or this doesn't, I don't understand it, this doesn't go along and in line with what I'm knowing and what I'm doing. And so that's another way in which you find yourself falling asleep. That's another fail safe, they saying, way triggered within the program of you being again unprogramming yourself, deprogramming yourself from the program, or if you say the matrix of understanding that, yeah, you're going to get this information, we got another way of doing it, we circumvent it through that. So these are some of the things that understanding, because right now, like I said, us as divine, we need to start concentrating more so on the soul work. I think about my divine masculine, and I remember one day something was bothering him on the job so badly that he was saying, you know what, it is a pain in my soul. It's just irritating my soul. And I said, whoa, wait a second. Oh my God. I said, that's deep. What you say that again? He said, it's irritating my soul what that person did. And this is where we are. We need to find those things, as Kathy D calls the coffee pot. But those are really those things that we talk about. That coffee pot is those little things that has irritated us. Those little things that are there that we got to get rid of, but we have to think of it just like the oyster, that again, even though it irritates us, at the same time it does produce something precious, such as a pearl. So I just want to leave you with that idea and understanding that this is something that we have to concentrate. And to me now, taking this new direction of being your soul therapy specialist and guiding you and giving you the keys to unlocking your soul so you can get rid of those irritations in your soul. Understand that these are the things that we truly have to take perspective in, as far as where we are, because again, where our intention flows, that and where our attention goes, our intention goes, and we don't want to keep on producing the same things. Be mindful, divine sunshiners. Be very watchful of what you're doing at this time, because it's very crucial for us to create that change and that great transformation. All right, then, look out for on the community tab for me to be putting out my Patreon link for that, so you can get those good things. The tiers are $7, $14, and $21. Okay, for you to join the Patreon. But again, if you're serious about making that transformation and that change, you'll be serious about making that, there go the chime, you know it's divine, about investing in that. Because I know when you pay the money and you do that, that means you're really serious about making those changes. All right, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.